So
and she had tits.
So Juxta, I'm told that our guest is all connected up and we're set. Kooky was telling me that behind the scenes.
Yeah. Did you want me to tell you?
Yeah. That would have been very helpful.
We got our special guest.
Oh, good.
He was on a while ago. Why did you ask?
What do you mean?
Huh?
He was on a while ago.
Yeah, he
You've had him waiting on the line?
You had him on hold? What's wrong with you, you monster?
We had like 40 questions to go.
This is a really important person from Square Enix. We could have held off on the rest of the questions.
Oh,
we could have done those next week.
This is a very special guest from Square Enix. Why would you keep them holding on the line?
Because,
are you there? Is our special guest there? Are you there, guest? I don't hear anyone. It's not.
Did he leave?
Oh my God! What did you do?
If you are AFK,
what did you do, Juxta? Why would you keep some? Why would you keep them on hold this long?
We were going through them really quickly.
Oh my God!
Did he leave or she leave?
I mean, look, I think we may need to do damage control here.
Oh my God, Juxta!
I can't believe this.
The one chance we get and you screw it up.
I can't even believe this. Okay, first of all, you're going to need to move because I'm going to need to get in there to make sure that you didn't mess up some kind of setting and that we can't just not hear them right now.
Idiot.
Well,
I beg to differ.
In that regard,
you have lots of thinks.
You have lots of think thoughts.
And long distance long.
Yeah, dude,
move.
Oh gosh.
This is unbelievable.
Where am I gonna sit then?
You're gonna sit. Who cares?
This is unbelievable.
All right.
Sit on the floor.
Yeah, sit on the floor.
Okay, well, I really hope that they still had that we can get him back. Gosh, the amount of planning and what had to go into this. Gosh.
Okay, don't even talk to me about the amount of planning. You didn't actually have to extend the olive branch to get this.
I know, Kooky did that.
Okay, well, I wanted to take credit for that.
No, yeah, that's not
Kookie's not on the line and she can't defend herself.
No, yeah, that's right.
Wow.
I mean, should we at least tell him who it is?
I feel like it's gonna if we tell them who it is,
they're gonna be really disappointed
if we tell them who the guest was and then we don't have them on, they're gonna be pissed.
We can at least, if we can't get him back, we can hype up for the next time. We can keep the hype and the mystery going, right?
That'll be fun.
If we get him back.
Yeah.
Well, it could just be running a joke. If we don't, I guess I can't.
Yeah, this person's our Matt Damon, and we just never were able to get him on the show.
Matt Damon.
Winter is coming. Our winter is coming.
Our winter is here.
The dragons are coming.
No,
I'm coming. I'm coming.
Okay. Hold on. I think that Anira might have actually managed to get him. So everyone,
I heard a click.
It is our distinct pleasure to welcome our very first official Square Enix employee to the show. How you doing, sir?
I'm a fucking dragon over here! How are you guys doing?
Oh, Astinian, we're doing great, man. Gosh, it was so hard tracking you down, since you left on your travels. Gosh, first of all, we're really sorry. We're really sorry.
Yeah, you had to deal with Juxta. That should never have happened.
Mm-hmm. Man, I gotta say.
You know what? You guys seem like all right, fellas. I'll forgive you just this once. How about that?
Well, we appreciate that, and you can throw all the shade you need to.
We'll catch you outside. How about that?
Juxta, shut up.
Where he's cool.
All right, so look, we realize that we've already wasted a lot of your time, so I'd like to just jump into some of these questions, right? Learn a little bit more about you. I mean, obviously people have got to spend some time watching you through the storyline, but what I'd like to do is I'd like to learn a little bit more about you, the part of you that nobody else really got to see or know about, right? So I'd like to ask about Little Astinian, man. What was your childhood like?
Well, I spent a lot of time interested in dragons, and there was the Nidhogg thing, and that whole thing went down. And, when I was young, I used to spend a lot of time on the Corkin shore. And when I was there, I used to hang out a lot with my friends down there. And then you got this big badass, this big motherfucker named Nidhogg that comes along, and it just fucks everything. It just fucked the whole scene up. Oh, you can't let that shit stand. You know what I mean? You can't let that kind of thing happen. So when that happened, I decided I have to wage unending war against the dragon.
I see. So
I agree. Like Nidhogg is a big motherfucker. If anything has ever been said, that's true.
And he is a dragon. Yeah,
he is definitely a dragon.
So would you say that growing up, you had any role models that helped to like shape you into the man you are today?
Oh, for sure, Paulie. Paulie was a fucking... He was the guy. If you needed anything, Paulie and Vinny. Man, I will never forget Vinny as long as I was. They were the best. And guess what? The fucking dragon got him.
That's terrible.
Paulie and Vinny got taken out by the dragon?
So Paulie is dead?
Paulie is dead. Paulie was one on the shore. We was all on the shore. It was a great time. Everyone was having a lot of fun. And then this fucking Nidhogg comes along and he's got to fuck everything up. And then I decided that was when I would become the Azure Dragoon.
Okay, so that was actually my next question on why Dragoon, because a lot of the talk going around is that some people think you would have made a pretty awesome Dark Knight.
Oh, that's not true there, Carlo. That's not true. Because I had to have revenge on the fucker that took Vinny and Paulie.
Okay, well, you know what? Since we seem to be focusing pretty heavily on Nidhogg in your vengeance here, I thought maybe it'd be a touchy subject, but let's talk about it. You were actually Nidhogg for a period of time. What was it like being...
I'm a fucking dragon over here!
What was that like?
It was, you get a lot of strange cravings, Carlo. Let me tell you something. You get a lot of really interesting cravings. There was a lot of nights that I would wake up in the middle of the night, and I would be sweating. And I would just sweat through all of my pajamas. I'd sweat through the bed sheets.
Wait,
and all
Nidhogg?
I would be craving.
As Nidhogg?
No. I would wake up and all I could think about was Mithra Fudakak. And it was the strangest goddamn craving I've ever had in my life.
This was after you turned back into when you were saved from the eyes by Emmerich, right?
So, I'm just gonna let that to your audience's imagination.
Okay, all right. So, would you say that there's any sort of lingering effects of having your mind shaped into that of a dragon that you can't quite shake now that you're Estinian again?
I'm a fucking dragon over here! What do you think? What kind of question is that?
Okay, all right. Well, I think the question that Juxta wanted me to ask, but he's a little too shy, is when you were a dragon, were you like, sexually attracted to other dragons?
Oh, that's an interesting question. Juxta, I think you're a dirty birdie, and you just don't want to let anyone know. Absolutely. Absolutely. There was no question. I got my dragon ding-dong wet.
Whoa! How do you reconcile that as the Azure Dragoon with your lifelong hatred of dragons?
The line between love and hatred is a very thin line, Carlo.
That's fair. That's fair. I'd actually like to tone this down and get serious here for a second, if this isn't too bad of a subject for you. But one of your companions, Ysayle, didn't make it to the end of this war. Do you have any kind of survivor's guilt over that? I mean, she truly sacrificed herself for the greater good, yet you succumbed to the whims of the dragon, and you murdered so many innocents just like Nidhogg did to you as a boy. I mean, do you really think that you're qualified to be called a hero of the people?
You know, I don't know whether or not I should be called a hero. That's not for me to decide. All I know is that Yesel had a sweet can. And I will tell you what, it is a sad, sad day when that can disappeared into the ether. Because you don't see a can like that every day. Then I'll tell you what, I never saw a dragon can like that. And to see that just to dissolve into the ether, it was like watching a piece of art get dissolved in acid.
You know what? You're right. That's one way to look at it. All right. You know, enough about your time during the Dragon Song War. As you know, the world of Eorzea will soon be expanding. There's rumors of swirl that we'll be heading to Alamigo in the Far East. Doma, do you have any opinions on that? Do you think the Alliance is maybe overreaching its bounds?
I flew over Doma a couple of times when I was a fucking dragon over here, but I gotta say, it was a fairly boring, nondescript area filled with people who don't fucking matter.
Yeah, you know what? That's about the consensus over here as well. Now, as a Dragoon, look, you've certainly gotten your fair share of hate. What's your take on Samurai? I mean, how do you think they're gonna fit into things, man?
Oh, I think they're gonna be like a little puppy cat with a fucking butter knife. They ain't gonna do nothing.
Wow. And your thoughts on the Red Mages?
The Red Mages don't mean nothing. If it doesn't have a lance, it don't mean nothing to me.
If it doesn't have a lance, it don't mean nothing. I'm sure that.
I think I remember him telling me that when he was teaching me to be a Dragoon.
Yeah,
actually,
yeah.
yeah.
All right, well,
Estinian, I have one quick question. Do you think there's going to be any fuckable dragons in Doma?
Oh, the dirty birdie raises his beak one more time. Yes, I do. I do think there's going to be some very attractive dragons.
all right. Well, did you have any other questions before I ask my last question here, Escalia?
No.
No? Okay. Finally, all right, first of all, Estini, look, no one expected you to live after your ordeal with the Eyes of Nidhogg. Honestly, it's a miracle that you did. So I guess the question is, what now? I mean, is your time as the Azura Dragoon over? Where are you going to go next? What are your plans?
I think if I could just go back to the shore and hang out a little bit, that's all I ever wanted, Carlo. That's all. I just wanted to be able to hang out on the shore with my boys, Vinny and Paulie, God rest their souls. And if I could just go back to doing that, then that's what I'm going to do.
All right. Well, you know what? I think that you probably honored their memory with the way that we defeated Nidhogg for you twice. So is there anything you'd like to tell our visitors before we let you go?
Absolutely, Carlo. I'm glad that you asked me this question because it gives me a chance to remind everybody that I'm a fucking dragon over here!
Thank you, Estinian.
That was enlightening.
You are welcome back on this show anytime. It was really something. Escalia, that's your mentor.
He was my mentor, and that was.
No,
I'm good with was actually.
That is your mentor.
Yeah, learning.
Did you know he was attracted to dragons?
Well, at the time that he was teaching me, he wasn't. I mean, that was before his whole thing with Nidhogg.
Oh, you're only supposed to be attracted to dragons when you become one?
Really, as a Dragoon, you're supposed to be the opposite of attracted to them.
It's like he said, like, love and hate, it's a thin line of having sex. Or something like that.
I think that's exactly what he said, but okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What an interesting guy.
He is a strange dude.
Yeah. I don't know.
They really, I feel like in the story, they really didn't capture him very well.
No. I feel like, Square Enix really took a lot of liberties with his personality.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was an interesting interview.
I have to wonder why all the dragon fucking happened off screen, though. I feel like that would have added a really new dimension to his character.
You want to see, banging Vidofnir or something like that?
Well, I don't know how they would explore it,
He did, he wasn't very forthcoming about that part.
Yeah. No. You don't fucking tell, I guess.
To be fair.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that's going to do it here for Limit Break Radio. Thank you so much for joining us and for this special interview. I hope everyone was thrilled with it. I know that we are just so happy to have someone from Final Fantasy XIV involved in the show and involved in the discussion for the first time in 10 years. I mean, it's nice.
And I think like we can safely say that is the most interaction with SE they will ever give us.
That's right.
I think it is safe to say there is no chance of them sending anyone higher up in that. That was really the pinnacle right there.
I think you're right, man. But you know what? To get such an interesting and, firsthand perspective on things like sales can, I'm really glad that we were able to have that conversation.
He wasn't wrong about that, though.
I wasn't trying to say that he was. I thought he made a very good point.
It was just, it was nice to get a first-hand perspective of it.
In fact, I thought he made a whole lot of compelling points.
Do you think he and Ysayle did it when they were on the road?
It's hard to say no.
I think I wanted to ask, but I thought that would be too forward.
With that kind of magnetic with that kind of magnetic personality,
the opposites attract.
I got it. I'm gonna say I'm gonna go out on a limb and I'm gonna guess. Yeah, probably.
You guys don't think Mr. Happy's gonna be upset because we upstaged his email interview?
I thought about that.
I hope he's not upset.
I did. I had thought about that. But not, I think we were talking to two very different, staffs.
Definitely,
on the team. So
plus, this is like our chance. Mr. Happy gets interviews all the time.
Oh yeah,
yeah. How often do we get one?
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be cool with it.
That's right.